Good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is right now. This is Fully Dressed, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Doc. Those two ding-dongs are Hicks and Rookie. Rackman couldn't make it because the real boss told him what was up tonight, and they had a date. So, here we are. We're going to talk about things that we're interested in. We hope that you like it too, and that you're interested in it. Hopefully, you can get educated and entertained. If you don't like it, I mean, honestly, we don't care. Like, this is how we feel about it, and we're going to talk about it.
If you don't like it, leave a comment and tell us why.
Yeah, but we're not going to stop talking the way about the things we talk about just because it hurts your feelings. So, maybe if you listen, you can get a little bit of an education. So
now we're educating people. Oh my!
Well, you gave
I'm not certified for
that.
Yeah, I'm not.
You gave your little talk 1 or 2 episodes ago. It was pretty educational. That's pretty good. So,
all right, thank you.
Rook, let's go. Relate it off.
Are we starting?
Yeah, do it.
All right. You know, I go with the serious stuff first. So this March 20th, Fully Dressed, the amphibious assault ship and Marines moved to the Middle East. The objective, opening up the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know if I say that right. Hormuz. Most of the comments I see on, is that
You're
right?
From Kentucky, they'll forgive you.
Hormuz, whatever. It's that little stretch of
waterway
right there.
Yeah, the waterway.
Right. Most of the comments I see online regarding the move of ships moving in from the United States is the whining that Trump said there would be no new wars, no boots on the ground. Y'all guys think this is a war. Look back in history what wars are. This is a military intervention. Okay, it's not a new war. We covered this last week, but Iran has been a terrorist regime dating back to 1979 when they took over the U.S. embassy and held hostages over 400 days. Every U.S. president since then has openly claimed that Iran is the problem, but refrained from anything militarily to take care of the problem. Well, the days of negotiations, they're over. Nobody wanted to send in troops. Nobody wanted to take military actions. They didn't want us to be the big bad beast. To hell with that. We're the big bad beast. So for the last 3 weeks, the strait's been effectively closed. The most shipping. Oh, sorry. Daisha, my friend of mine told me to talk about this today. So that's why I did this up. I asked her, what should I talk about? She said this. So there you go, Daisha. If you're listening, you better let me know you heard your name mentioned. For the last 3 weeks, strait's been effectively closed to most shipping, which is used for around a fifth of the global oil and liquefied natural gas supplies. This is what's the primary cause of the global rise in oil prices, which effectively hits the U.S. and their own fuel prices, which I really don't understand. I need to go in and look at a little bit. Why, if we are a plus exporter, why do our prices have to go up? I know it's based on the global economy and all of that, but we should be getting it cheap. Anyway, a Reuters poll reflects that almost 2/3 of Americans believe Trump will order troops into a large-scale ground war. Now, that's absolutely ridiculous. We're not getting into a large-scale ground war. I'm confident that we will not be sending troops into Iran to fight against a terrorist regime. This would be a very bad choice by Trump, in that we go into foreign land on the ground and attempt to root out the bad guys while not harming the good guys in the country. So why would we be sending troops to the region? Because clearly we are. A couple of objectives that could be achieved with this show of force. Opening up the strait being the primary objective, and with the help of allies, which they don't seem to be running to give us any help. We should be able to secure it's terrible. Yeah. We should be able to secure the safe passage of non-Iranian ships through the waterway. It's not without risk, but the amphibious assault ship is nothing to be challenged. especially when it's full of Marines. Those guys are beasts, so they're going to win. The assault ship also has the ability to work alongside minesweepers to detect and neutralize mines in the strait. They utilize helicopters, drones, specialized surface craft to detect and neutralize mines. European countries have far better military craft to work directly as minesweepers, but we have yet to have the confirmation from those countries to assist in clearing the waters. We don't need to clear the waters around the United States right now. That's not really an issue. But for those countries all tightened in together with those waterways, they already have that military weaponry. They have the minesweepers that can go through and do that. If the Marines are actually deployed for missions, I believe they'll be used to take over Karg Island. We've already used targeted strikes for taking out military targets on the island while leaving the oil industry installations largely intact. This is important to allow Iran to continue to be of value to themselves when this war is ended. I expect we would see coordinated air assault forces as well as amphibious assault forces by the U.S. Marines to seize the key facilities on the island. This would essentially cripple Iran's economy by controlling 90% of its oil exports from Karg Island, which creates leverage when you deal with the radical regime. At minimum, it can be used as leverage against the regime to halt the threats in the strait. Nothing is without risk in this war. I quote war with Iran, but I think the move of securing Karg Island would be a huge benefit to ending the war as a primary bargaining chip. Although I would love to see it settled through negotiations, I think the ultimate ending would be for the people of Iran to take back their country and reject the radical terrorist regime within the country. That's my moment.
Your moment. Okay. I have serious doubts that, like, those people obviously are not afraid to stand up and fight for themselves. I mean, they do it 79, 80, whatever, 87, 2019, 2020. Like, they're like, okay, we're going to lose a bunch of you. And from my understanding, the Iranian people are very tight knit. So, say, like, our group is 6, 8 people that I'm involved in. You guys can add a few more, but one of us goes down, it's going to affect the 6 or 8 people. They say over there, because their communities are so tight knit, somebody goes down, meaning dead, it affects 200, 300, 400 people because they are associated with everyone in their community. So when they killed those 30,000+ civilians, then you times that by 6, 8, 10 people each, or whatever it might be. Like, their whole country is suffering the loss. And so it's not like, well, we hear about, oh, somebody was gone down on the south side of Chicago. Big shit. We hear about that every week. We don't live there, but they feel it. They are connected to each other. So, but this woman who was discussing that on Brian Kilmeade this morning, she is a fellow at Johns Hopkins, something, Middle East. I don't know, envoy, whatever she is. She said she just really doubts, not that they won't attempt it, but that they won't be successful at it because they have no weapons, because they gave them up and they have no way to fight back.
I want to let you get in here, Doug, but there was a story. I don't know if either one of you guys saw it. Apparently, the Israeli forces, Mossad, are calling up the phones of different police officials within Iran. Now, these aren't the military. These aren't the National Guard. These are the police officials. And I would have pulled up all of this stuff, but you don't know what's going to get us banned on YouTube. So I'm trying to go from memory here, but y'all can all look this up with a few of the keywords in Google. So the Mossad of Israel is calling these people up. Somehow they got their cell phones and saying, look, you're not doing the right thing. You need to put your arms down. You need to stand with the people, or you're going to go out just like your leadership has already gone out. And there's an audio back and forth, this guy that they called, and it's recorded. It's out there online. The guy saying, no. We're not against you. We're with you. Please come in. Please help us. And this is one of those undercover operations. This is one of those.
Yeah.
Hey,
and even some of the IRGC apparently have left and going to the other side.
But there's not a defined other side yet,
right,
because the other side is hiding in their homes.
Right. Well, to like Israel. But I also heard that we potentially offered a deal to the guy that just got blown up yesterday, or maybe it was today. He was like the information guy.
Yeah.
Apparently, we offered him asylum to leave his post and come here. And I was like, just kill him. He's been spouting off at the mouth for years and years and years. Death to America, death to Israel, death to all Jews.
Yep. Sure has.
So why would you give him a place to live? Just so he
because if you could get that kind of a turncoat, you could essentially change the mindset of the military in the Iranian Republican Guard, because that's what you want to do. You don't need to convince the people of Iran. They're the ones that are being oppressed. You need to convince the big guys with guns that are siding.
You're wrong.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Hicks?
I haven't paid much attention to it, to be honest with you. It's the cross season. I don't have much time for anything. I barely saw my kids this week. Barely saw my girlfriend this week. So I do not watch any news because I don't have time.
So you like the people, 2 or 3 of them that listen to this podcast, you're learning something, right?
Yes, I'm educated every week.
Bam.
It's working.
Hey.
So
here you go.
So, whether your information is right, wrong, or indifferent.
Oh, okay. All right. So now you're putting the caveat in that you may be a bold-faced fucking liar.
And I will tell you this.
I mean, who knows what you read on the internet anymore, if it's true or not. So
I try to delve into the facts that the stories blossom on the left and the right out of, because they take a fact and the left can say that fact one way, the right says that fact another, but it doesn't change the fact. And go ahead.
And not only that, we fortunately were born in a time when every news channel didn't give a shit what side you were on. If they had a story, they're telling it, and they didn't care who it burnt. And,
just the facts.
Yep. And we got the truth. So we know when some of the stories are coming out and people are putting a different spin on it, and we're just like, yeah, that's not what's going on.
Right.
Like, that's not what's happening.
And that irritates me to death when I watch shows on MSNBC, CNN, Fox. I watch all of them, but on MSNBC,
the exact same line.
I have to hear what the other side is manipulating those facts into their opinion. We do that on the right. You manipulate the facts to your opinion. I don't know what's going to happen over there with us sending troops over there. I hope to God we're not going in and putting 3,000 Marines on the ground in Iran. That would be terrible. But if we go in and take over Kharg Island, that's fine with me. They're not going to get much fight back, and they're trained for this kind of shit. You better believe they know what they're doing.
They want the call.
They want to go.
Yeah. And if you look back in 94, 96, it was like 2001 or 2, and they had all these interviews with Trump on all these different shows. Oprah, Montel Williams,
Phil, Dr. Phil. No, not Dr. Phil. Phil Donahue.
Yeah, and the guy that says it has been determined that you are the father. What was that guy's name? Maury Povich.
Maury Povich.
But he had him on all these different shows from the 80s and 90s, and he has been saying the same shit then as he is right now. It's not like he's wavering. And people are like, oh, he don't even know what he's doing. I'm like, listen to those. And they even asked him, Barbara Walters said, are you going to run for president? He said, why would I do something so stupid? That does not benefit me. He said, if it gets to the point where the country needs it that badly, I will consider it. But it will harm what my life's purpose is, and that's making money, building strong, powerful, world-dominating businesses. And if I run for president, I can't do that anymore. That's what I do. Why would I leave that and to make less money and to be a punching bag for people? He said, doesn't make sense. I was like, that SOB has been talking the same shit for 40 years. And they come out and go, you don't even have an end game. He doesn't know what's going on. I'm like, you all are so stupid, except for the fact that they hide it from the people who didn't experience it in real time in the first place. Just like in school, they don't teach you these things anymore. So then you don't even know about it. You know,
the 20 to 30-year-olds, the 20 to 30-year-olds have not experienced Donald Trump through the stairwell until he got on that golden staircase. He never talked about presidency in him running until 2015. And that's when or 2014, he said a few things in a few speeches, testing the waters.
Donald Trump will never be president.
yeah.
People are like, do you know where you were? I know exactly where I was sitting when he was preparing a concession speech, and then suddenly it took a turn and he was preparing a victory speech. And then we were like, are you fucking kidding me?
When Donald Trump came down that golden staircase and announced he was running for president in the Republican Party, I'm pretty astute where politics are concerned. Ron Cyrus, Billy Ray's dad, made me a page for him in Kentucky General Assembly in 1983. I followed politics my whole life. Donald Trump is running as a Republican for president of the United States. What a joke. He's just doing this to prop up his freaking television show. Now look, 10 years later, greatest president of my lifetime, whether you like what he does or not. Greatest president of my lifetime, and Reagan was first, and I was a Democrat.
You know, I can talk to you guys, a few people at work here and there, and I can say these things to them, and it will carry little to no weight. And I completely understand that. I'm not an educated person. I don't have political science degrees. I don't go, you know what I mean? I didn't go to the think tanks and be taught stuff like that. But when other country leaders are saying openly, thank God Donald Trump is the president. Thank God America is dominating the world again. Thank God for all of us. Then it's like, so maybe I'm not just spouting all things that I've heard on the Facebook. You know what I mean? Like,
and then you have my stupid liberal friends on Facebook. You all know exactly who you are. That say
JJ.
He's in Netanyahu's JJ. Oh, JJ, listen this far. Everybody knows who you are, man. That's why I told you to quit posting on my damn Facebook. It's uncanny to me how people can manipulate things
and others
into the most ludicrous.
It's like all the Epstein, it's a cover up for the Epstein files. And at one point, somebody said that the Nettie Guthrie thing was a cover up for the Epstein files. I'm like, you all have lost your all damn mind. Like,
and then you quit asking, where is the Guthrie woman? Where is she?
Or
they ain't found her yet.
Every time I see something
she's buried somewhere.
Oh yeah, she did. On any platform it says this is a cover up. I'm like, that's fine. The first time you can explain to me why the Obamas for 8 years and the Bidens for 4 years did not release this, and you can tell me why, then I'll change sides. And I'll start bitching about Trump not whatever taking so long or whatever. But until then, shut the hell up.
You better believe if Trump was implicated in the Epstein files, they would have come out during Biden's presidency. That's exactly right.
We'd be
So
like,
I don't care what-
Queen Kamala.
I don't know who's implicated, but we're going to find out. They're not shoving this under the rug. People think they are, but there's a lot of stuff going on. 4th of July. By the 4th of July, this shit needs to be locked up, and I think it's going to be.
You can just look at the people that have resigned from positions. The former Fed chair under Obama who ran Harvard.
Okay, let's talk about
these
guy.
people. So
You keep talking. Let me look
no,
him
I'm just
up.
saying, like,
Let me get his name.
these people are like, you want to know who's in there? It's those people. Like, you can see them running scared. The guy who owns that big media company out in LA, Wasserstrom or something like that. He was a huge, apparently he was, if you wanted a job, that guy got you a job. And then he's in there like ordering some weird shit and stuff. So now people have walked away from his company. He's trying to sell it. Nobody wants it. I mean, these people are dirtbags. And it's not Donald Trump. Even Bill Clinton
National Counterterrorism Center Director Joe Kent resigned and then started trashing Trump. Have you heard about this guy, Hicks?
Nope.
He worked in national counterterrorism. He worked directly. I think he was appointed by Trump. And he resigned saying he didn't agree with Trump's activity in Iran, and that's why he's resigning. So,
but if you look back to a year ago and see what he said.
Well, yeah, a year ago he was in full support of it. Yeah. A year ago he's in full support of it. But we find out since then he'd been left out of meetings. He had been blackballed because he'd been under investigation by the DOJ long before he resigned.
And Hicks,
so now you have to say,
and Hicks, your job and your lacrosse and stuff like that. Rookies and I have talked for 35 years, pretty much on a daily, every other daily basis. And when we are building up to the podcast, we start talking about shit. So we've been talking about this, and Rookie's the one that told me, he's like, where's Kent? Haven't heard from him. Nobody saying anything about him. And then all of a sudden he's against what Trump is saying. He's resigning. And then it comes out and said he was under investigation. I was like, we've been talking about this for 10 days. So these guys are dirtbags. Or the Army General.
About it.
The Army General in Ukraine.
I was like, y'all just call me too. I'll jump in the conversation, talk about it.
You hear about the Army General in Ukraine that had all the secret top security maps, got hammered on a train, left them, citizens found them and took them and turned them into the train police. And then they said, we probably shouldn't have these. This is like top security secrets.
So they luckily came into the hands of good guys.
Riding the train. The guy was apparently super hammered. He's like a 4-star general or something. He got all hammered and just left the maps on the train. Like, that's what I would do. That's something to be like, dumbass. Duck, you remember this? No.
Who's that little leader in Ukraine? What's his name?
Oh, Zelensky.
Zelensky, he should get a hold of Trump and say, hey, I need you. And then Trump should go to that general and go, you're fired.
Yep. But
all right, so how about the Afro Man court case? Anybody hear about that?
Sure, I'm in Ohio, man. Of course I did.
Doug, damn it, you don't know shit about the fucking war in Iran. But I mentioned Afro Man, and he's fucking Afro Man. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Tell us the
story. Do you know about it?
Suit.
Okay,
I know nothing.
His suit was cool, wasn't it?
Apparently, several years ago, the Ohio State Police raided his house. And it was the wrong house that they were supposed to raid. Found nothing.
That's awesome. Because of the wrong house.
Afro Man is a rapper songwriter, so he has written several songs. he's written several songs about the cops, especially I forget the nickname of the one in particular. And so the cops decided to sue him. Well,
Don't get us banned.
No, I think this is good.
uh, so he went to court, fought it. He brought one of the ex-wives of the police that was there into court, and jury took less than a day to give him, I think, I forget what the settlement was. I don't know if they said it. I want to say it was something like 20 million or something like that.
Is he the guy that had that song? I was going to clean my room, but then I got high.
But then I got high.
I remember that.
He
Afro
put out
Man.
an album. He
Oh,
put
I was
out
on
an
that album for.
Have you heard it?
Was he just blasting
was-
the police? Like,
And
I
it
love
was
that.
trashing the police in like 3 different songs, and
That's
that's
awesome.
why
Yeah.
the police force sued him, and he just won big time.
Yeah,
I'm
you're just like, hey,
yeah.
that's a good one. You got us. Our bad.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you just think it. Like, I'll eat that crow pie right there. Whatever. I fucked up.
Afro Man.
'Cause I like the police. But if they fuck
Yeah.
up, then we should be able to light them up just like we do each other. You know what I mean? Like, you screw up. Okay, so Deidre basically told me to shut up this morning. Thankfully, I did because I thought I was going to get thrown out of the hospital. But her father is 87. He has COPD, congestive heart failure. He's a diabetic. Like, he's not in great shape. But he started living with us about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And I love him being here. Like, he's like my father. I love him. Like, we're very good friends. I'm super happy he's here because now I don't worry about him being by himself and all this stuff. So the other day I had to go run some errands or whatever, like get lunch for him and stuff because he has to have specific food to eat because of his diabetes. So I come back and I'm like, you all right? And he's like, no, I can't breathe. I don't know what's going on. But Paula that day had been like, they're like, stay inside. If you have any breathing issues, don't go outside. The pollen is so bad. Like, if you have any of these problems, do whatever you can to stay indoors. So I thought it was something like that. So I told Deidre, then I had to go to work. And then she texted me like at 7 or something on Wednesday night. And so I had him at the hospital because he couldn't breathe. So he had fluid on his lungs. All these people at this hospital have been extraordinarily amazing, taking care of him. So when I got off work on Wednesday, I drove straight to the hospital and I just stayed there until noon yesterday. And Deidre left to get some sleep. When she came home from work, she came and relieved me. I came home, took a shower, went to work. And then when I got off work last night, I went back to the hospital and I stayed with him until I came home at noon this morning or today. But last night, he took a turn that was bad. So they're like, don't leave. So we're like, okay. And there's this huge waiting room for this ICU unit, which only has like 12 beds. But this room has like 80 seats. It's directly across the hall from where he was at. So we go over there. They have single seats with little armrests, super uncomfortable chairs. And then they have 2 seats, like a love seat, but they're real small. You couldn't, like, they're uncomfortable. You couldn't lay there on them. So it was just Deidre and myself in there. So I get her all laid out and comfortable. She lays down and goes to sleep. I'm finally starting to doze off, and this woman comes over and wakes me up, works there. She's like, is she asleep? Well, it's like, probably not now because you're over here banging shit around. And then she points at my shoes that were on the edge of my chair. She goes, oh, those are your shoes? I went, honey, read the damn room. Do you see anybody else in here? These are on the chair that my feet are on. Yes, those are my shoes. I had been asleep for 3 minutes, and you woke me up to ask me if those were my shoes if my wife was asleep. So then she started knocking chairs and shit around. She's like, I have a job to do. And we were the only people in there. So I just started fucking throwing those chairs across the room at her, like, oh, here, take these chairs for those other people who aren't in here. Here's more chairs. Take this. I'll just stand up. Take this. You want my shoes too? And I threw those over there. I'm like, just take this fucking chair. And then finally, Deidre was just like, Bruce. And then when she goes, Bruce Simonis. That scared me a little bit. I was just like, I'm like, I haven't been to fucking sleep in 2 days. I'm hungry. I'm fucking tired. And this bitch in here. And Deidre was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, I'm going to the car.
The second Bruce from Deidre would have stopped me in my tracks.
Yeah, she was like, Bruce Simonis. And I was just like, all the words I started like grabbing them and throwing them back in my mouth. I was just like, what? She goes, shut the fuck up. I was like, gotcha. I'm going to the car. So anyway, that bitch. Oh. You should be able to punch somebody or throat punch somebody once a day for stupidity. No charges.
I don't agree with that because I don't believe at
You're afraid you get throat punched?
I wouldn't be able to talk at this point in my life. I'd have been throat punched enough. Hicks, I want to thank you.
It can't be because
Do what?
mad. It can't be because somebody's mad at you. It's because of stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's not over, oh, I'm mad at you for having this thought. It's because
I've had
you're a dumbass.
I've had my fair share of stupidity, dumbassery.
Oh, I have too.
My thing is we have people that have to go to anger management classes, but we don't send anybody to a stupidity class.
Why not? I agree.
Why not?
Let's do it.
I mean, I'll
Hey, Hicks,
first. I'll go.
I want to thank you, brother, for messaging me. I didn't realize Kentucky was playing this early today, and I usually watch the games. I record them on. I've since gone back and recorded it. They got lucky to come through with a victory on that one.
I was going to ask you if they pull it out.
They skipped by the end of their team.
Okay, Duck, you haven't seen it?
All I saw was what Hicks sent.
And
I was at work and I never look at my phone, but only because Deidre was at the hospital. I pulled it out, and as soon as I did, I opened it, and his come across the screen. Why'd you say Kentucky's looking at an upset or something? And I was just like,
bro, Kentucky was getting their ass beat, and they were down 3-0 with 3 seconds left. And Owe got the pass, took a couple of dribbles between the 3-point line and midcourt, chucks it up. It bounces off the backboard and in to tie the game. And they went on to win by 6 or 7 in overtime. It was absolutely classic UK basketball, man. Of course, it was St. Clara.
Santa Clara. That's like the High Point beat Wisconsin.
Yeah, beat Wisconsin.
I mean, they said there's like 0.5% of the brackets are still alive.
Zero.
Now there's 0.
With Clemson winning, 0 perfect brackets left.
And what's it? 2 days?
Yeah.
Last year, people
second day,
weeks. Like they went into it. But
that was a good game for Kentucky. Go ahead.
I'll say it was a good game, and now they've got analysts bitching and complaining that they're saying, when he caught the ball on the inbound pass, he took 1 or 2 dribbles before they started the clock. So they're saying there's no way he made it from the foul line to where he shot it in 1.8 seconds. So it is what it is, man. Everybody's gonna find something to bitch about.
I can go back and find 10 different instances in 10 different games this year where UK got crappy calls.
Yep.
That cost them either momentum or a last shot or a something. So
and if he would have missed that shot, then people would have been bitching about he missed it.
That was unbelievable, man. Hicks messaged me and I was able to turn it on and watch that last shot and then watch the overtime. Oh, it was beautiful.
I'm going to check that out.
But Kentucky's a disappointment this year. I want them to win it all. They're still
alive every year. Hey man, Ohio had three teams in there. They're all out, but we had some small schools in there.
Bam, bam, bam.
Who did?
I mean,
Virginia Commonwealth, VCU beat Ohio State.
no, TCU.
TCU. They should be domination.
Virginia beat Wright State, which is a local college right here. It's rookies. You could have almost hit it with a golf ball from the hotel you stayed at. There's a small school. It's very popular around here, but I thought they were going to hold on to beat Virginia, but they did not.
Now, here's something else. This is not March Madness that I just heard about. Shawnee State is going to start playing football in 2028. And
I heard that too, but you and I are the only ones that know what Shawnee State is.
There's like 4 others.
you don't. Hicks.
There's this guy
at
work.
School up here in Portsmouth, Ohio, right up the road where Bruce grew up, and it's
right on the river.
It's irrelevant to any national conversation, that's for sure.
But
were they going to be in 1AA, 1AAA?
No,
were they going to NAIA?
I don't know. I haven't lived there in how many years.
So you're bringing up the subject for no reason than to shout out your home. What city did you grow up in?
Portsmouth, Ohio.
No, what's the name of the city?
Oh, Saudeville?
Saudeville. There you go. Shout out Saudeville. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
But here's a reason I know about
and
it.
And Daisha, you'll like that. If you're listening this long, you need to tell me next time I get a haircut. Did you hear us mention Saudeville?
The coach I know from Huntington. He was the Marshall coach for a while. Mark Snyder. He was
okay. I know
something in the 1AA years for Marshall.
Yeah, he played for Marshall.
He's gonna be the coach. So anyway, I just thought that was, and I thought Hicks would know where that is because
I know where Portsmouth is, but I don't know where.
It's right on the river. They fix it now, but when it used to rain really bad, classes were canceled because it would flood.
All right. I know we're reaching for things to talk about here, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it.
Who's reaching? We're
reaching. We don't. What you got a topic? Bring me one. Give me one.
I mean, how did the U.S. lose in the baseball classic?
Fucking
Aaron Judge, 0-3 strikeouts. He's supposed to be the captain. What kind of bullshit was that?
It was major leaguers versus major leaguers. I'm not.
Venezuela has what, 3 or 4?
I don't know. They got some freaking home run hitters. They got some. Our bats didn't show up.
No, like I said, Judge went 0-for-3 and 3 strikeouts.
Our pitching showed up, but our bats didn't show up.
I figured as soon as Harper hit that home run, that Judge right behind him was going to do back-to-back, and that's how we're going to win it. Nope.
Okay. Told y'all last week that I watched the movie Melania, right?
Yep.
Really, 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 really good documentary. Shout out, 4.5 stars. You should watch it.
I mean, Kim had something to say about it.
I watched a movie last week after our show, but not long after. Has anybody seen Nuremberg yet?
No.
Never heard of it.
It's a pretty good movie, and it's covering the Nuremberg trials following the war with Germany and putting the SS on trial. And I found it really interesting. It was pretty good insight. You don't know what's real and what's not, how factual, how close to reality it is. Then I started watching on Netflix, and I'm only on the 2nd or 3rd episode of 6 or 7, 8, talking about the German uprising and Hitler coming to, I don't remember the name of it. Don't want to credit it anyway because I haven't finished it. But I'm watching how Hitler rose to power. And he started out as he was an artist, and he went to try to challenge the Nazi Party at one of their little meetings before they were ever anything big, and learned that he liked their ideals and became a foot soldier in the Nazi Party. And then the steps all the way up to him becoming the Nazi leader and running Germany. And it's an interesting story how he got there, because he took a whole lot of steps to get there. But beside that, and I hate to admit this, I really, really do, but he was a populist. He got this percentage of citizens to support him and his ideals. And although they weren't in the majority, they were enough of a minority with strength to bring him to power. And it took a lot of steps to get there. But it really, really has a mirror effect to, and this bothers me, Donald Trump becoming president of the United States, and how the small group of hardcore people that supported Trump, and then there was enough branches going out that drew enough people in to give him not only the Republican nomination in 16, but then the victory as president in 16. I still think it was rigged in 20, and then he wins again in 24. And his 48% of the country, you can say 40%, have never left him. CNN put out a poll yesterday. 100% of MAGA support Donald Trump's movement on this war in Iran. So it's kind of scary if you look at it that way. And I can listen to the liberals when they say he's very much like Hitler. I'll tell you what, his rise to power is very similar to that of Hitler. Now,
But
he's not killing anybody.
they didn't do Hitler shit. You know what I mean? Like, rock bands, Van Halen has similarities to Bon Jovi. They have guitars and drums and a singer. And they have long hair. That doesn't mean they're the same.
I agree.
So, all these leftist, stupid ass, crazy ass bullshit. This guy at work, because I've been on a moment the last couple of days. I'm like desperately trying to like not get fired or arrested. So every time somebody starts talking to me, I'm just like, it's not going to go well. Like, I need someone to be here to intervene in this situation, because I'm not going to shut up. Thankfully, that's like
for
procedure. So this guy at work was talking. I was asking about, like, Disney does points, and you cannot remove them until they do their run through the system and fall off. So if you're late, you call out, whatever. So I was asking this guy, Joshua, who's been there like 15 years. I'm like, could you explain to me the record card and how the points work? Because I don't want to have any points against me when I go to get a bar job. So I'm trying to figure out how to work that system. He's like, well, I have a sit down verbal warning. And because he's gay, whatever. But he's like, I like Donald Trump. He's like, I actually voted for Donald Trump, and I'm gay. He said, but Donald Trump is way smarter than these other dumbasses. And I wanted to make some money and to be safe. So I voted for Donald Trump. He's like, but I also am an asshole and like to start shit. So this super gay girl at work was talking shit about Trump. So then he said something back about MAGA should haul everybody away or whatever. And so they had to sit him down and give him a lecture about his approach. But I'm just like, why can't he be as hardcore about that if you let them be as hardcore about their side as that? Why can't we do that? Like, why do we got
the same rules
on eggshells instead of saying, look and listen at what you're saying and doing? For the love of God, if you're driving your car at Mach speed towards a brick wall, think about the repercussions of that. You're going to die.
Blame the brick wall for not moving.
Yeah. But like,
that's exactly right, Hicks. That's exactly right. When we grew up, the Democrats and Republicans were liberal and conservative, and it was just that. The conservatives were strong national defense, not spending so much as a nation on the liberal ventures.
Trim down the government size a little bit, whatever.
It was easy to be a Democrat because the Democrats were supportive of the unions. They were supportive of everybody being who they wanted to be, freedom of religion.
Well, they would shake hands after debates and let's go get a drink.
They would. That was back in the day. The liberal ideology, when I was a Democrat, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care who you sleep with. If you're a man that dresses as a woman, I don't care. Although that wasn't as big an issue back in the 80s and 90s. You be who you want to be, but you have to stand on the same platform as everybody else, and you have to measure up in order to reach the goal. It's not that way anymore. During that period of time, they changed it to where you have to have this percentage of this type of person and this percentage of this type of person. And I started to say, you know what? You're reversing the reason that I was a liberal to begin with, because I thought everybody should be able to be on one platform, but you're trying to make different steps for different people based on their, whatever you want to say, their sex, their marital status, their sexuality, their gender, their color, and I don't want different platforms for you to be starting from. We are all humans, and we start from the same level. If you're a woman and want to be in the workforce, that's fine. But please realize that if you're pregnant, that's hurting of the business that's hiring you. You have to take time off. So maybe I'm better off hiring a male to do this job than a female, because the female over a period of go ahead.
Hire the best person available. That's just it. Who has the best skill set?
It's not that way anymore. We have to have a certain percentage of this and a certain percentage of that, and no.
You can't even get your movie nominated for an Oscar unless you are DEI certified.
Can you believe Melania didn't get nominated for the documentary series?
Because she didn't have enough DEI stuff in it.
That is absolutely ludicrous, because in any world, that is a great documentary. Whether you like her or not, I don't care. You can do a documentary on Charles Manson, and if it's a good documentary, I'd be willing to put it and nominate it up, even though he was garbage. It makes no sense to me. That's why I had to change. That's why I'm a Republican now, because I wanted to vote in the primaries. That's why I didn't go independent.
Well,
I'm not a hardcore Republican, although this red tie is pretty cool, ain't it? Y'all like that? Yeah, it's nice.
It looks like a peppermint bark Ghirardelli chocolate, which is good.
Okay.
Peppermint I like, bro.
I like it.
Ghirardelli.
It's old, but I like it.
You're old. We like you, so it's fine.
Sometimes.
I appreciate you,
Most
young
days.
fucker with gray in your beard.
Okay, so
man.
one of the last things I want to talk about is that there is a furry convention in Orlando going on right now.
I thought those were gone.
Have fun with that.
I heard it on the news today, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could have gone down there to video it.
Dude, go down, record some clips for next week's show. Good night.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard it on his radio this morning, and I'm like, that can't be real. Because it was Brian Kilby was doing here's the top 3 things going on in your neck of the woods. Then the guy from the local radio comes on and talks about stuff here, and he said, at the furry convention, I'm like, what? No way. But it's going on in Orlando this weekend.
So Googled it, and now it's gonna pop up in his feed.
And now I gotta
go. I don't want to Google it.
And now I gotta go find a costume because
I mean, you still have yours?
But I'm gonna go because I am exhausted. I'm gonna crash out. But
I thought you were talking about you're going to the furry convention.
Oh,
I did too. I'm like, go ahead, record it.
oh, if I go, I would like to go down there and record it. That would be awesome.
I mean, it's that furry convention. And he said, "Well, I'm gonna go." Like, what? Whatever floats the boat.
A rabbit dog cat. I don't know what that would be, but
All right, to
Anyway.
anybody out there listening, we're going to look to go live Friday nights at midnight, starting. What is this, Mark? Starting what,
April.
May?
April's next.
Okay, so the beginning of May, first Saturday or first Friday night in May, we're going to try to go live. So y'all be ready.
And
I'll try to be ready.
all right, and
We can
So-
count on you, Hicks.
yeah, you're
Usually,
Louie and Rack, they do whatever they want, but you're with us.
they usually do what the missus tell them.
Louis just
I've
suddenly
been divorced twice.
he was here like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. Then that was it. All right,
He's
so
never gonna come on a Friday night. He parties too much.
anyway, we are Fully Dressed the podcast. I am Doug. You have Ricky's and Hickside. Rack was unfortunately unavailable today. So please like, share, subscribe. Talk about it to your friends. Tell them how super cool we are, like the other side of the pillow. We'll be back very soon and very often. So this is Fully Dressed, and peace out.